It's not really our first official call of October, but it kind of feels like October because October is tomorrow, and we're going to kick off Rocktober tonight on our team call and kind of talk about some of the things that are happening. So, the idea for Rocktober we had done before in Rise Up or in Rock Solid a couple years ago, but it really came to come together because of the idea that there are so many of us in our team and in our challenge groups that are going through some really heavy stuff. And I'm thinking to myself, like, I can't ask them to do one more thing. Like, how can they focus on their business if they're dealing with X, Y, and Z? But it hit me that truly, when I am struggling, when there are things that are going on in my life, when I find something that lights me up, when I find something to dive my energy into or channel my energy into that brings me joy, it's when I'm excited about life. So when I'm excited about my business, I really do see that in life. And so we started talking about October, and the goal of October is to come together as one team, as a community, and surround ourselves with positivity. Commit to 30 days. You guys, we are not waiting till January 1st to start creating goals and start working towards them. Why? Because that's what everybody else is doing. The fall is hard. You think it's hard for us on Rise Up Empire and in our challenge groups? It's hard across the board. I don't know what it is. End of summer, back to school, like getting close to the holidays. It's a tough time. And so people are pulling back. But when others pull back, we push forward and we do it together. We're not meant to do this alone, and it'll bring us joy and community if we can come together as one. I lost my vision a little bit. I lost my purpose when I started to be home with Eli, and that sounds really weird, or Eli and Emma, that sounds really weird. And in fact, it was something that my husband, he didn't even really understand. He's like, why are you saying you have feelings of like depression and anxiety right now? You just did exactly what you wanted to do. Like, he didn't get it at all. But it was because I had hit this goal. And now what next? And so this really gives me the opportunity to say, okay, so we're gonna push for some goals together, not add more to our plate, but trust that we already know the things to do and just move forward together. When people get quiet, we know that's when they're struggling. So the Rocktober leadership crew, we've got some fun things planned for you all, and we're not gonna let that happen. We're not going to let you get quiet, and we're not going to let you forget about your dreams and your goals and your visions, because that is so, so important. And the only thing getting in the way, you guys, is you. We're going to talk about some of the things before we kind of segue into the second part of the call. We're going to talk about some things that we have planned for you in Rocktober. And if you're not in that group, please join us. And I'm actually I thought it might be easier if I did a screen share and kind of showed you what's already in there. Because if you're in there, there was a lot of posts going up today. Why? Because I was trying to get the content in there. And I want you to see that moving forward, it's not going to be like as training driven, because we don't want you spending half hour, 45 minutes a day watching a video on a training. We want you to just be doing the thing. So I thought I would kind of walk you through that a little bit. But I can promise you that in October, and then moving forward in November and December, you're going to have a hard day. You're going to have a fight with your husband. You're going to, your kid's going to be a jerk. Your boss is going to be demanding. There are things that are going to happen in life. And you have to decide how you are going to handle that. When I lean into you all and to this business and to our challenge groups, I can handle those things so much better. And it gives me purpose. It's not selfish. You need that for you. Are you going to decide that things are happening to you, right? So you're in that circumstances, things are happening to you, and this is why you can't do X, Y, and Z? Or are you going to decide that they're happening for you to help you learn a lesson, to help you learn something that you can share with others, to help you rise up a little bit more and know just how strong you are? Last week, I had to make a really quick choice. I was invited to do a leadership training with, I don't know if you know Josh Coates. He has like ads all over Facebook, but he's a business mentor for MLMs, and Summer Tucker, who's like our up line. She's quite a ways up. had reached out and asked me if I wanted to invest in this training. And I had to like talk to Dan about it because it's a 3-month training. And ultimately I decided that yes, this was something that I needed, because I feel like, just like probably you all feel like I keep spinning my wheels. You know, it's like, okay, well, we know, like, connect with people, add to your network, invite people, post on social media, but what's new and different about that? And my hope is that by investing in this training, that I can bring that to you all, because this is something that I can learn and then share with you. And we had our kickoff today. And one of the things that Summer said that was super, super powerful. So I want you to think about this. And I think we should hashtag it at some point. She said, think about your softball team back in high school. If you were on any type of college sports team or a high school sports team, and I wasn't, but I can only imagine. You showed up at practice every day and you did your things. You did your vital behaviors. You showed up when chemistry went really sucky. You showed up when your boyfriend got mad at you. You showed up at practice when you didn't want to. Sometimes for the other people on your team, because they needed you and they depended on you. So I ask you, when the days get hard and you don't feel like you can show up for yourself, show up for her. Show up for the girl sitting next to you. You know, we're on this call. You can't like look left, but if I'm looking left, I'm looking at Leah. And if I'm looking right, I'm looking at Susan. I'm going to show up for you guys. Show up for her. Because my passion and my energy may inspire Leah. And Leah's passion and energy may inspire Lindsay. And Lindsay's energy is going to inspire Kelly. And that's what we do when we join these groups together. That's why Coach Rising in January of last year was so amazing. Because when others were showing up, when we hashtag showed up for her, you showed up. So keep that in mind as we go throughout October. Because things are going to get hard. Life is going to happen. And I think what's really great is by committing to the tracker and committing to 5 days a week. Well, what if you only want to commit to 4 days a week that week? Well, guess what? You can do day 5 on, your other day. So we're going to move things around a little bit. But I'm going to do a screen share real quick, because I do not want you to get into a group and then feel like you're overwhelmed in that group. And I'm only going to take like 2 minutes and go through them real quick. But if you're in Rocktober already, you guys, there's a lot of things already up there. I get that. But like I said, it's heavy trying to get things in there right now. But if you click on the announcements, this is where the main things that you want to look at for week 1 are. Here's your October calendar. You had an assignment. Did you create your list of 50 people? All right, get that done. Did you print 4 trackers? Yeah, Leah, I see that. Did you print your trackers? 4 of them. Don't just print 1, because guess what? Next Sunday, you're going to be like, oh, I'll print it on Monday, and then you don't, and then it's Tuesday. So print 4 right now. Did you download download the Virtual Upline podcast? Do that. You guys, it's really important to do personal development for your mind, like Girl Wash Your Face and Brene Brown and all of that. But it's really important to learn business techniques and strategies as well. And so that's the Virtual Upline. But in these announcements, so we've got the October calendar. Do not let everything on this calendar overwhelm you. Do not look at that and be like, oh my God, what is that? We're going to walk you through it week by week. This is our Virtual Upline podcast up here already in the announcement tab, week 1. You have your assignment, your episode that we want you to watch, and we want you to comment your 3 biggest takeaways by Saturday. It's already all up in there, meaning there's not going to be a ton of additional posts throughout the week. Here is our schedule for calls and action hours. I'm trying to keep everything super, super organized for you, so there's not a million places to look for things. We have our kickoff call tonight, and then Saturday morning at 6 a.m. we'll have our energized chat. You guys, I know that is early. I know we will have kids around. I know that you feel like you may be interrupted, but I promise you it is the best way to kick off your weekend. And then there's going to be live action hours. The links for these calls are already in the comments, and the action hours, I believe I set it up like the virtual gym. So you really should be able to go in at any time, but these are the hours that I know may be heaviest. Like I'll come on at 8:30 at night, and I will probably pop on, maybe not at 1 o'clock on Monday, but maybe at 1:30 or 2 o'clock. So this is kind of like a come as you go, come back, go back and forth, whatever. But if there's a time not on that you want people to do, just some extra accountability, post in our group and say, I'm about to do an action hour. Does anybody want to pop on? It is so fun to do it together. And then this is an invite share. You guys, For week 1, the post is going to go live tomorrow, kind of what your focus for what you should be inviting to this week and what you should be posting on social media to kind of have a marketing strategy is going to come up tomorrow morning. But this invite share is meant for you to put in the comments any invites that you do. You know, if you feel like that invite could really inspire somebody else, put it in there so that somebody else can use it to jog, you know, to get some thoughts down, because sometimes those thoughts are the work, you know, it's hard to just get started. So we're going to share invites there. So hopefully that can help you too. Kind of the schedule for this week is, I'm going to stop the share because I really don't need to share it. Kind of the schedule for this week, you guys, like I said, that content's already up there. Tomorrow, you're going to see that post on what kind of things to be inviting to and maybe putting in your social media this week. Wednesday, we're going to tackle your why you're here, why you're doing it, why you're showing up every day. You've got to know that. And then Thursday, we're going to focus on gratitude. That's all. Not a lot of extra things for you to see, except for the daily polls. There will be a poll posted every day for you to check off the boxes. Did you do this today? Did you do that today? Again, that's where we want you to show up so that together we can hold each other accountable. It's always so great to come together. And like I said, we're going to be, when we met last night in our leadership call, we talked about things that we're going to kind of do as we move on to, and we talked a lot about like social media challenges, because Leah had brought up that when we did that, Rock Solid did that like post where you were thanking people, you know, thank you for those who, you know, didn't support me. You showed me how strong I could really be. We're going to come up with some social media challenges like that so that we're all creating those some similar posts so that we can go love on each other and do things. So there's going to be more coming throughout the month. There's going to be a bingo board and things like that, but that is week 1. So let's dive in right away tomorrow, because you have to know, trust in your heart. You know what to do. And when you don't, come in the group, post conversations. If you don't know what to say next, screenshot it and post it in our group, because we all learn from that. That is so important. I know I still learn from that all the time. So just lean in, do not feel like you're alone, and let's do this together. We were going to go over navigating conversations tonight. That was going to be our topic, but we're going to postpone that because Lindsay reached out to me yesterday and felt really compelled to share some things that she had heard at church that day and how it related to our business. And I'm a firm believer that I feel like things are put in your place at a certain time for a certain reason, and it was not something that we wanted to delay. So I'm going to pass this right over to Lindsay, who is going to lead the remainder of our call, because I feel like this is going to be really helpful as we go into October.
Yeah, so hello everyone. I am just gonna dive right in because I have a whole lot to say. So it's gonna be really quick, but I want to start off by saying that I've been slacking, I've been absent, I've been complacent, I've been lazy, I've let life, you know, happen to me, not for me, what Chris has just said. At the beginning of the year, when we were having that coach, I forget what it was called, but Coach Rising group, it held me accountable to do all my vital behaviors. And I was doing T20 and I was so excited about it. I was seeing these incredible results. I was doing these things, and it got me excited, and it got me so excited that I dove into the business and I got people to sign up and I did everything that I was supposed to do. And then, you know, things happen in life, and we can't, you know, they happen. It's just how it goes. So really since probably June, I believe, I haven't been inviting anybody. I posted on social media every once in a while, but I went off for weeks at a time. There was a 2-week span where I didn't work out and I didn't do anything. And it got me more and more and more depressed, just seeing it every single day, that I wasn't working out. Another day I didn't work out, another day. And, you know, I've been working out consistently, but I still haven't been inviting. I still haven't been reaching out to people. And that's 100% honest. Like, I have not been doing anything. And it's 100% my fault. And I want the last 90 days to be so incredible for not just myself, but for everybody else. And when I was at church yesterday, it was just about like how it was some Bible verse. I don't even know what the heck it was, but it was about two guys in the Bible that were walking into the temple, and they saw a guy that was handicapped, and instead of just going into the temple and ignoring him, they went up to him and said, I don't have any money, but what I do have, I can give you. I don't have money, but what I have is something I can give you. And I don't know if any of you heard the story, but God gave them the ability to make this man walk, and he has never walked his entire life. So basically, it was about, you can't give what you don't have. So I don't have the ability to pay for filters. I don't have the ability to pay for ads on Facebook and Instagram. I don't have the, I don't know how to work. I know how to work Instagram a little bit, but I don't know how to work it a lot. And you see all these coaches that know how to work Instagram, but I can't give those things because I don't know how to do them. But that's not my strength. And my strength is coming onto Instagram and being like, you know what, my nutrition has sucked, but I'm coming on here because I need to be held accountable for it. And here's my list of my nutrition. This is what's going to happen. So that's my strength, talking about my passion, bringing my daughter into it. I know that Tanya and Kelly both are so good about showing what they eat every single day, or anything like that. They are really good about that. Krista has the best pictures in the entire world. Leah has such incredible posts. Like, I could go on about all of you. And those are your guys' strengths. And those are not my strengths. So I'm not going to just continue to you can't go and be like, I don't have any money, but what I can give you is this, So you can't, you also, you can't tell someone to change. You can't get on social media and be like, hey, you should work out, get your workout in, when you yourself are not getting your workout in. You can't tell someone, hey, you get your nutrition on track. Here's the Ultimate Portion Fix. Here's the link for this. Here's this, but you're not doing it either. You just can't. You can't get on and not do those things. So, it's you can't tell someone to change without helping them along the way either. You can't just be like, hey, you bought, I don't know, you only bought bod for 3 months, so maybe I'll talk to you again in 3 months. Or they said no to you, but you're never going to try to talk to them again. It's just not the thing. I know that Shauna had a bad experience with somebody that yelled at her, but that's probably only one out of probably hundreds of people that have said something bad to her. And just imagine how many lives Shauna has changed. I don't know. Is Shauna on this call? I have no idea. No. Imagine how many lives Shauna's changed already. And she probably doesn't even think about that girl anymore that said no to her. She probably doesn't even care. She was upset for a really long time about it. So, I interpret basically this whole story that my preacher was saying is, you can't coach without, being a coach to yourself. And that's what we need to do. We need to be able to be there for ourselves, because I was not there for myself, and I can't show up for other. I'm gonna cry. Just ignore me. But I can't be a good mother if I'm not taking care of myself. I can't be a good wife if I'm not taking care of myself. I can't be a good coach if I'm not taking care of myself. And, you know, taking care of myself is getting on here and talking to you guys, getting on Instagram and doing my vital behaviors, inviting people to this wonderful opportunity. And, you know, just imagine where all of us would be if Krista never invited us. Imagine that. Like, imagine where your life would be if Krista never sent that invite to you. Because I don't even want to imagine it. And it like, I was crying in church, and Blair was like, what the heck, like, what is going on? And these are my like notes from church. And I never take notes at church. I just like to listen to it and, you know, nod my head and agree. But something was like pulling at my heart and pulling at me. And it just like, it was tugging at me. That's why I was like, Crystal, I gotta talk to these people. But, you know, I want to reiterate that we all have crap in our lives. You know, it doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter if someone has more money than you. It doesn't matter if someone you think is prettier than you, has a better body than you. This business is for everybody. Nobody looks the same. Nobody says the same thing. Nobody does the same thing. And yet there are success stories in this business. So many success stories. And this isn't just about making money. This is about changing lives. You know what this has done for your life. How incredible is it to share that opportunity with other people? How amazing. It's so selfish of us to not tell every single person that we come into contact with about what is going on in this business, in this community. And I know that the darkness in my life has sucked life out of me. But I'm here. I'm still here. We're all still here, and we all have each other. And, you know, we one of the quotes that my preacher said was, we can't get mad at the darkness. We need to get mad that our light doesn't shine brighter when it's dark. Because there will be darkness in the world, politics, darkness in school shootings, darkness in everything. There's nothing we can change about those things. What we can change is how bright our light shines, and how incredible this opportunity is, and how it lives. So that was like, I heard that, and I'm like, I want to write that all over my walls so I can just see it. But we are all different, and we all have different gifts, and we can't give the gifts that we don't have. You know, I might be good at speaking. I like to think I'm good at speaking, talking, sharing what I'm passionate about. But you guys all have different strengths than I do. Some of you don't like to talk. Some of you don't even like to show your face on this call, which is fine. That's completely fine. I don't mind. I look a hot mess when I get on social media. I don't care. That doesn't ever bother me, but some people it does bother. Some people, that's not their strength, and that's just the way that it is. And we are not here to change you. We are here to make your strengths up here, like keep getting stronger and stronger. And we each bring something different to the table, and we learn from one another. I've learned that what my passions are, and I, you know, build on that. But we have to stick together. We have to reach out when we're in a funk. We have to reach out when someone says no to us and you don't know how to respond. We have to reach out and be there for each other, because we are a team. We are not just here for, Chris is not here for herself. I'm not here for myself. We are here for each other. And that's why we have these team meetings. We talk to each other about and try to grow. So we all love coaching and we all love this opportunity. We love this company, but we sometimes think it's going to be easy. We think that if we work for one day, if we work out for one day, we eat right for one day, we get on social media for one day, that all of a sudden we're going to be in the best shape of our lives. Our nutrition is going to be amazing. You can't work for one day, 1 week, 1 month, and then expect things to change. And I think that's what I was doing. I was like, I did a 6-week program and I lost, 15 pounds or something. But then I plateaued, and then I didn't want to do any other programs, and then this and this, and then it just kept going down. And then I picked back up a little bit, then it started going down again. And it's just like, well, if I'm not getting any traction now, if I keep doing this, I'm still not going to get any traction. So what's the point? That's just what I kept thinking. What the heck? What's the point? If I'm not automatically successful now, I'm never going to be successful. If I'm not automatically losing weight, I'm never going to lose weight. That's just the way that I was thinking. And it killed me. It killed me. It was killing me every single day. I couldn't sleep. I couldn't even get on social media and look at anybody's stories because it just made me so upset that I wasn't doing the things that I needed to do. And that made me feel guilty. And I hated that. And I still hate that. I want to force myself to wake up in the morning before my daughter, and I never do. And every day I set my alarm to wake up at 6 a.m. and I never do. Every single day. And I don't know why, but it's going to change. I have to change because I have to get all these things done before my daughter wakes up, because I'm not going to do it during the day because I haven't been. So we got to stop expecting that our business is going to change in 1 day, 1 week, 1 month, 1 year. I mean, not every successful. I think it was Shauna I was talking to. We were at Summit, and almost every success story started out with, I've been coaching for 4 years. I've been in this business for 5 years. I've been doing this for 6, 7 years. It takes time. And I have to tell myself that every single day. We have to tell ourselves that it takes time. It takes a lot of work, but we are all capable of doing that because we all bring something different to the table. And if somebody signs up with somebody else, they're meant to be with somebody else. If they sign up for you, with you, they're with you and they want to be with you, and you guys are worth it, and we're all worth it, and we can all do that. We all got this. So I just have one more thing to say, and then I have an activity. But if you're scared to send that invite, just think again how different your life would be if Kristen never sent you that invite, because she was probably scared to send you an invite. She was probably scared, but she still did it anyway. And look where you are now. It's just incredible. So just think about that. We aren't meant to do this alone. We are meant to share this journey with others. We are meant to invite people to this because we know how incredible it is. And that's why it's called a community. That's why this is a community. You're not doing it alone. So if you go through a dark time, a hard time, and you feel like there's no way you can get out and you need a miracle, dive deeper into this community. Reach out to help. I know that's what Leah's been doing because she's been going through some stuff. She dug deeper into this business and she's doing amazing. And she has incredible posts. She is doing all her vital behavior that I can see. She's doing amazing. And you see her every, I don't know what Krista posts, like every week in the team volume and stuff like that. You always see her up there because she's doing these things, because instead of going into a dark place, she shined her light even brighter and got deeper into her business And that is why she is doing so amazing. So that's what I'm going to do. Anytime, like now I'm going through a hard time, I'm going to just keep digging deeper and deeper and deeper. And, you know, not just do it for myself, do it for everybody else, lives that I can change. So if you guys all have a piece of paper and pen, I would just like you all to write down 3 of your strengths. You can write down more. It doesn't have to be 3, whatever. But write down your strengths. What are you the best at doing for yourself? Like, I'm good at talking. I'm passionate about talking about things that I'm passionate about. So that's one of my strengths. So just write down 3 strengths, and then write down why you're an amazing coach. What makes you an amazing coach? What if you were giving a spiel to somebody, like you and another coach were there giving your spiels, what would make you an amazing coach for somebody? And I don't know, probably give like 3 minutes or something. All right. I hope everyone's done, but if not, you can finish it. But that's really all I had to say. It really like struck a chord with me. So I hope what I was saying wasn't a bunch of gibberish to everyone. But I'm going to share on the I don't know which page it's gonna be. Maybe Rise Up Empire or something. I'm gonna put on there. I'm gonna share the live of my preacher talking about this, because it just about like you don't have to be a church person to listen to it, because it's not just about church and stuff. It's real life stuff. So that's all I had to say, Krista.
Thank you. That was awesome. I think so many of us, like, stop ourselves before we even allow ourselves to start, just like our challengers. And so many of the limiting beliefs that you all have thought about other coaches and top coaches out there, and I'm not this, I'm not that, and it doesn't have to be. That might not be your gift, but you for sure have a gift. I wrote down a couple of things. As Lindsay was talking, she mentioned Summit, how most people say, like, all the coaches were like, I've been in the business 6 years and XYZ. You guys, most success stories, and success is whatever it looks like for you, right? But most success stories always include hard times that person chose to overcome, person chose to lean in and dig deep. And on our call today, Josh Coates said, in order to see success, you've got to do something literally every single day to have it happen. And if you're not doing that now, the only thing that's going to change that is you getting sick and tired of your circumstances. sick and tired of being where you are today, whatever that may be. It might not be like life in general. It might be at, at your job, or, wondering if you're going to have money cleared at the gas station when you put your credit card in, whatever that may be. Might not even be financial. You've got to get sick and tired of that to make any type of change, and only you can do it. You are getting in your own way. Not Susie down the street, not Bonnie Engel, top coach. I had it happen to me the other day that I had been talking to an ex-coworker of my husband's for a while. And I even in the spring talked to her for like an hour on the phone. We followed up, talked about not just business, but just life. And all of a sudden I saw she was posting about MM100. I'm like, you told me coaching wasn't the right thing for you. You told me you weren't interested. And now you're posting about MM100. And now you're posting about your shake. And even some Instagram slides inviting somebody to a challenge group. So I know you're a coach, sister. And then I saw on Facebook, we had one other mutual friend besides Dan's coworkers. And it happens to be my coach, Courtney's, one of her success partners, who's a 4-time elite coach, top 200 coach, so all these, like, multiple test group coach participant. So all these things start going through my head. Like, she clearly, and I reached out to her and I said, is your coach so-and-so? And she said, yeah, I meant to tell you it was nothing against you, right? And we can tell ourselves it was me, right? Like, it's because I'm not in a test group. Why am I not in a test group? It's because I didn't bounce back as quickly as she did after 4 babies. It's because I'm not a great leader. It's because I'm not a top 200 coach. You are the only thing getting in your way. There's absolutely no reason, except for she felt more compelled to go with that girl. And that's who she's meant to be with. Maybe our energies didn't work together. And you know what? I didn't know that, but somebody else knew that. And so you can't tell yourself that you're not worthy of having a great team surround you. You guys, I used to get on calls and it was like me and Amanda. And I'd be like, okay, so today I'm going to share my story. And I was like, I tell you everything every day, Amanda. But I kept showing up. And that's what you have to do, is show up when it's just you and one other person. When you feel like you have nobody on your team who wants to build a business and who wants to rally around you on your individual team, you've got to keep showing up and showing them why you're not going to stop. Because otherwise you're planting seeds in somebody else's field, right? They're going to bloom in somebody else's field because you're planting those seeds in their mind, but you're not letting them blossom because you stopped showing up. So we're going to show up for 30 days. We're going to show up for ROCKTOBER, right? If you opened a restaurant and nobody came that first week, you wouldn't close the second week. And if you did close and try to open back up the third week, people would be like, who are you, right? So we're going to show up for 30 days. And if that overwhelms you, show up for a week. Let's take it 1 week at a time. Show up 1 day at a time for the first 7 days of ROCKTOBER, and then we'll take it from there. But when you don't feel like showing up for yourself, show up for us, show up for Eyes Up Empire, and show up for those lives that you for sure are going to change if you stick it out. All right, let's get a boomerang. Lindsay, you're so powerful. You are such a great speaker. All right, let's all cheer on Lindsay tonight in our boomerang. Ready? Yay! All right, team, have a good night. See you over in ROCKTOBER.